These 5 healthy habits are actually keeping you stuck in stress mode. If you're doing all the right things, morning workout, intermittent fasting, tracking your food, taking supplements, but you still feel anxious, exhausted, and you still can't lose weight, you might be accidentally keeping your nervous system in fight or flight mode, aka in stress mode. And here's the kicker. These healthy habits look healthy from the outside. They're praised by diet culture, by the fitness culture, maybe even mentioned by influencers, and some of them are even backed by studies. But for women who are already stressed, they can be the very thing that is keeping them stuck. Hi, I'm Sarah, a certified holistic health coach with advanced training in nervous system regulation and hormone health through the Institute of Integrative Nutrition. After studying the connection between wellness culture and chronic stress, plus healing my own stress-induced fatigue, I discovered that many popular health habits are actually stressors in disguise. In this video, I'm going to reveal 5 wellness habits that might be sabotaging your nervous system, why they keep you stuck in stress mode, and what to do instead to actually support your body's healing. But first, let me explain why your body doesn't care if your stress comes from a healthy source or, well, an unhealthy. Here's what wellness culture doesn't tell you. Your nervous system can't tell the difference between good stress and bad stress. Whether you're stressed from work deadlines or forcing yourself through a 6 a.m. high-intensity workout when you're exhausted, your body releases the same stress hormones. Cortisol doesn't care if you're running from a bear or running on a treadmill when your body actually needs rest. And when you're already living in chronic stress from work, relationship, life pressures, adding more healthy stressors can push your nervous system over the edge. This is why you can be doing everything right and still feel constantly tired but wired, anxious and overwhelmed, unable to lose weight despite eating well and exercising. It's kind of like your body is working against you. And now the solution isn't to do more healthy things. It is to do the right things for your current nervous system state. With that being said, let's jump into habit number 1. Habit number 1, intense morning workouts when you're already exhausted. This is a big one I see often with high-achieving women. You set your alarm for 5:30, drag yourself to the gym, and push through an intense workout because you should exercise. Now, why this keeps you stuck in stress mode? When you're already running on stress hormones, intense workouts or intense exercise is just another stressor. Your cortisol is already elevated from poor sleep and life stress. Adding high-intensity exercise spikes it even higher. And your body is pretty much thinking, well, we're already in danger, so let's keep that stress response going. And you might notice yourself feeling more tired after workouts instead of energized, having increased cravings for sugar and carbs post-workout. You're having trouble sleeping despite being physically exhausted, and you're getting sick more often. You're feeling like you have to exercise or you will gain weight. Now, what to do instead? Listen to your body's energy levels before choosing your workout. If you're tired, choose gentle movement like walking, yoga, or stretching, and save intense workouts for when you are actually feeling energized. Then, of course, prioritize sleep over early morning workouts if you go to bed late, because your body repairs during rest, during that sleep. And remember, rest is productive too. Then habit number 2, intermittent fasting when your hormones are already imbalanced. Intermittent fasting can be beneficial for some people, but for women dealing with chronic stress, it can backfire spectacularly. Now, why this keeps you stuck in stress mode? Fasting is a stressor and it signals scarcity to your body. When you're stressed or when you're already stressed, adding food restriction can dysregulate your hormones even further. It can worsen cortisol patterns, disrupt your menstrual cycle, and increase anxiety. Your body thinks, not only are we in danger, but now there's also no food. So you might notice yourself feeling anxious or shaky during fasting windows, obsessing about food and when you can eat next, binge eating when you allow yourself to have food, irregular or missing periods, increased irritability and mood swings, feeling cold all the time. So this is an effect from restriction, and what you can do instead is to focus on eating regularly to support your blood sugar. Start your day with protein and healthy fats within 1 to 2 hours of waking, and eat every 3 to 4 hours to keep your nervous system calm. If you want to try fasting, wait until your stress levels are more manageable. And of course, prioritize nourishment over restriction. Habit number 3, obsessively tracking everything. Calories, macros, steps, sleeps, heart rate. If there's an app for it, you are probably tracking it. While that data can be helpful, obsessive tracking becomes often just another stressor, another source of stress. Why this keeps you stuck in stress mode? Constantly monitoring your body sends a message that you can't trust it. It keeps you in your head instead of connected to your body signals. It creates anxiety around numbers and perfect metrics, and you start to ignore how you actually feel in favor of what the data says. So you might notice yourself feeling anxious if you can't track something, making decisions based on apps rather than how you feel, obsessing over daily fluctuations in weight, steps, or other metrics, feeling like you're failing if the numbers aren't perfect, or you might find yourself in disconnection from your natural hunger and fullness cues. So what to do instead? Take breaks from tracking, try a week without any apps, focus on how you feel rather than what the numbers say, practice intuitive eating and movement, and if you do track, use it as information and not judgment. And most importantly, trust your body's wisdom over external data. Habit number 4, taking supplements as band-aids for stress. Adaptogenic mushrooms for stress, magnesium for sleep, digestive enzymes for every meal. Your supplement cabinet might look like a pharmacy. While supplements can be helpful, using them to mask stress symptoms without addressing the root cause keeps you stuck. In fact, using any supplements for anything without addressing the root cause isn't beneficial, but yeah, that's maybe a topic for another day. Now, based on this habit, why does this keep you stuck in stress mode? Well, you're treating symptoms instead of what is actually happening, and it can create a dependency mindset. I need this pill to function. And some supplements actually can increase anxiety if your nervous system is already overstimulated. And most importantly, you're not learning to regulate your nervous system naturally. If that's you, you might notice yourself feeling like you can't function without your supplements, constantly adding new supplements, hoping for a magic fix, spending hundreds of dollars on pills but still feeling stressed, anxiety about forgetting to take your supplements, not addressing lifestyle factors that are actually causing the stress. So what you can do instead is to focus on the basics first. Sleep, nutrition, stress management, and movement. Work with a healthcare practitioner to identify if you actually need specific supplements, because if you already have enough in your system and you take certain things, it can even cause further problems on their own. Then, of course, address root causes like poor boundaries, overcommitment, and unresolved trauma. Learn natural nervous system regulation techniques. And remember, supplements should support your health and not be your entire strategy. Lastly, habit number 5, perfectionist eating and food rules. This might be you if you're eating clean 100% of the time, avoiding entire food groups, and feeling guilty about any imperfect food choice. This rigid approach is incredibly stressful for your nervous system. Why this keeps you stuck in stress mode? Food rules create mental stress and anxiety around eating. Restriction triggers your body's scarcity response, and as we already learned, that is another stressor in itself. Then perfectionist eating often leads to the binge restrict cycle, which is again some stressor. You're constantly judging yourself and your food choices. Social situations become stressful because of food anxiety. If you can relate to this, you might notice yourself feeling anxious about food, about eating out at social events, spending excessive time planning or preparing the perfect meals, feeling guilty or ashamed when you eat something off-plan, obsessing about ingredients and food quality, isolating yourself to maintain control over your food environment. That was a big one for myself. Now, what you can do instead is to practice the 80-20 approach. Aim for nourishing foods most of the time, but allow for flexibility. Give yourself permission to eat all foods without guilt. Focus on how food makes you feel rather than whether it is perfect or not. Eat for satisfaction and pleasure and not just nutrition. Remember, stress about food is more often than not more harmful than the food itself. Based on my habits, I used to almost be like a poster child for wellness culture, although I didn't look like it, Early morning workouts, check. Intermittent fasting, check. Tracking every macro and step, check. Drawers full of supplements, check. Focusing on eating clean only, check. From the outside, I looked like a healthy person based on my habits. But in the inside, I was a mess. I was exhausted, anxious, and obsessed with food. My periods were irregular, my digestion was terrible, I was cold all the time, bloated all the time. And it wasn't until I started studying nervous system regulation and nervous system health that I realized all of my healthy habits were actually keeping me in chronic stress. When I started prioritizing rest over workouts, nourishment over restriction, and intuition over tracking, everything changed. My energy stabilized, my anxiety decreased, my relationship with food healed. I learned that true health is not about doing all the right things, it's about doing what's right for your body in this moment. Here's a condensed recap of how to shift from stress-inducing to stress-supporting habits. Instead of intense workouts when tired, try gentle movements that feel good. Walking, stretching, restorative yoga, movement that connects you to your body rather than punishing it. Exercising when you have the energy and resting when you don't. Also, to add in here, actually this applies to most habits, work with your cycle and not against it. I recorded a previous video all about cycle syncing, so it's linked here and also down below. And then instead of any type of fasting, try eating regularly to support a stable blood sugar. Start your day with protein and healthy fats. Start listening to your hunger cues rather than the clock. And instead of obsessive tracking, try body awareness practices. So how do you feel after eating certain foods? Like asking yourself these questions. Intuitive movement, what does your body want today? And checking in with your energy, your mood, and your stress levels. Instead of supplement dependency, try addressing root causes of stress through lifestyle changes, learning natural regulation techniques like breathwork, meditation, and grounding, and maybe even working with a practitioner to actually identify any deficiencies. And instead of perfectionist eating, try the 80-20 approach, mostly nourishing foods with room for flexibility, eating for satisfaction and pleasure, not just nutrition, and practicing self-compassion around your food choices. And for overall nervous system support, prioritize sleep over everything else. Practice saying no to commitments that drain you, spend time in nature daily, cultivate relationships that feel supportive and safe, engage in activities that bring you joy and that are not just about productivity. When you shift from stress-inducing to stress-supporting habits, your energy becomes stable and sustainable. You feel calm and peaceful around food, your body starts to trust you and lets go of that stored stress weight, your sleep gets better and you wake up refreshed, your digestion improves and your bloating decreases, you feel more resilient and able to handle life's challenges. You stop feeling like you're constantly fighting your body. You develop a sense of ease and flow in your daily life. And most importantly, you feel like yourself again, not a stressed out version of yourself trying to be perfect. If you recognize yourself in these habits, if you've been wondering why you feel worse despite doing all the right things, if you're ready to stop stressing your body in the name of health, please know this isn't about being lazy or giving up on your goals. It's about working with your body instead of against it. It's about understanding that true health includes mental and emotional well-being and not just those physical markers. And if this video opened your eyes to how wellness culture might be keeping you stuck, please hit that like and subscribe button, drop a comment below and let me know which of these healthy habits have you been doing that actually might be stressing your body even more. And remember, the goal, as always, isn't perfection. For today, it is peace. Peace with your body, peace with food, and peace with yourself. You deserve to feel good and not just look good on paper. Lots of love, and I will see you in the next video.